very first thing I would say that I didn't concentrate on at all for probably 2 years at least was brand. Didn't do shit for it at all. Now it's like, had I had the mindset and mentality of myself today back then, I'd probably have 1 million followers. You know, because the amount of content that we put out today, the amount of videos we make, the stuff that we do, it's very engaging from that perspective. But imagine it back then when you really have organic reach, when you have people's attention will come to you at hardly anything as far as cost is concerned. It's just the cost of entry was putting out the content. So that was probably my very first mistake. Not mistake, thing that lacked in the business. I didn't invest in any of that. And people wouldn't think that seeing me today. People think, oh, look at, they might think that I'm a egomaniac or just self-absorbed and want to do heaps of content, love being in front of camera, on stage as well. I've never been like that. I've never wanted to I'd rather just do the work and don't talk to me and that's it. I don't want to post anything. But that was a mistake, thinking like that. So that was my very first thing that I reckon I'd stuffed up on. The next thing again was probably, I'd say in around year 3 was starting to, I was probably a bit arrogant at the beginning of my business, thinking I'm so good, I can build everything, I'm the best, no one can touch me, making some good money. But I had a leaking bucket in certain areas of the business. Like I had some employees, but I didn't really have that right person in the role as far as the admin staff or the systems to manage that person or multiple people. So I think me even just getting advice from someone that's done it before, either a mentor or another builder or like a builder that actually knows their stuff, not just on the tools, I'd say that was another mistake too. That cost me time and money because I thought, I can do this myself. I can learn it all by myself. And I'm sure I would have. I'm sure I would have learnt it all myself.
Yeah, you pay the price.
You pay the price either way.
Time or money.
I think I would have liked to, but even then, like I was probably less willing to spend money to get the lesson. Whereas now I'd be like, yeah, how much time are you going to save me? Let's go. I see the huge value and the uplift in connecting with the right person to give me that knowledge base to excel in the direction that I want to go in. So that's definitely a huge mindset shift. But it was also, I needed to get out of my own way. A, I thought I was really good, but B, I was a tight ass and didn't want to spend the money on 10 grand on doing a course. Like, fuck that. I can just learn it myself.
Yeah.
So that was another thing. And it wasn't until I started to get into that personal development space, that business management space, that I started to learn and then, started to follow people like Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and then Tony Robbins and a whole range of people there and read. Like I never read anything ever. And, from the time I finished high school to starting my own business, man, probably the last book I read was in high school. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything that I did. Whereas now, like I went to the airport when I got back from Noosa last week and I was at one of the shops and I found a book. I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to buy that. And I read half the book on the plane on the way back. So it's like that was a huge shift in mindset for me, for sure. Another thing.
What book did you buy?
Reasons. No, was it? I've got it on my desk. It's I think it's Reasons Not to Worry or something like that. I'll find out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Australian author. I'll find out. But yeah, it had a very.
So you bought a book from the airport.
Yeah, but it was very.
You're that guy, huh?
It's fucking. I had an hour and a half to kill waiting for the plane, but it was. It's got a strong emphasis around stoicism. So that's and I've got an interest in that. So I followed. I got the book and started reading it.
Greek mythology, huh?
Is it? Isn't it Roman? I think it is. It's Greco-Roman something, whatever.
Tomato.
Tomato. That's exactly right.
That's the Roman emperor who spoke Greek.
Yeah, whatever. They're all Greek. They're all Greek.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and then I suppose another little one as well is...
Well, let's not talk about the little ones.
No, it's a decent one.
Okay.
It's decent in the sense of I employed someone, but it's like I would go out and look for who was the cheapest employee I could find for a role. Or let's go get the grad. I'll pay him 30, 40, 50 grand, whatever it is, but like let's get that entry-level person that I don't have to pay anything. Whereas now I look at that and go, cool, how much can I afford to pay someone? What is the most I could pay someone to do this role and take absolute control of the project or that role or that position. Because now, again, I see the value in time. I see the value in expertise. I see the value in me being able to go away and for him to be able to do that. Imagine I could have someone here doing everything I do and then I just do Build It Elite. And I come in on a boardroom meeting every month. That would be fantastic. But in order for me to do that, I need to pay for it. I need to have the right people with the right skills. I need to have the trust there. So I'm definitely, even though I feel like I'm in this first few days, they've been back for 3 days now, I feel like it's just been the same mundane stuff that I've been doing over the last 2025. There is still the strategy and the game plan there to go, all right, things are going to be different this year. They have to be. I need to challenge myself, otherwise, because I don't want to do this for another 10 years. I don't want to.
You don't want to live the same 12 months again.
No, without a doubt. And I was looking at, think about, guys, you're listening to this podcast. 90% of people that were listening to this had a holiday of some sort over the Christmas break. No matter what industry you're in. Most people will take a week, 2 weeks, if you're lucky, 3 or 4 weeks. You're already back at work. It's nearly the end of January. Blinked, and it's over. I remember the last week of the year, last year, going, holy shit, I'm going to LA on Friday.
So have you felt like it's gone super quick?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah, but I've done so much in the last 3-4 weeks. So I haven't stopped. There hasn't been a day, a couple of days where we came back to Melbourne before we went to Noosa. But yeah, so I felt, because we've been non-stop the whole time, there was that element of it too. But yeah, it feels really like it went really, really quick this year, the holiday period.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
For me,
I feel like it's been 2026 for 9 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you haven't taken much time off. Yeah, you've been here. And look, there's an element of that which is great too. Because I've had days where, no one calls you, no one bothers you, no one does anything. And it's just like, wow, this is amazing. Like working on a public holiday, it's the same thing. No one's going to call you. All your employees at home or doing what they're going to do.
It's like uninterrupted work.
Yeah, it's uninterrupted work. I could turn the music up as loud as I want. I can walk around with my top off, whatever.
That's what you do. That's what you do. I'm coming in next time.
But there's one thing I've taken my training really seriously the last 3 weeks that I've been in this year, and it's good. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling confident again, and got the regime is set there. We've got actual dates and targets and goals and everything that we're doing with the diets, with the exercise. So that's going to be a great shift and change in what I'm doing. But also really leaning into my core belief of excellence. And that's what's going to push me and drive me this year, is wanting to having that high standard for myself of being the best. Well, so cool, man. The best don't process fucking invoices. The best don't come in and write contracts or negotiate this or do that. They go out there and they make it happen and they execute. I think I remember what I was going to say. I was watching a video yesterday. So, Matt Armstrong, I've spoken to you. He's the guy that's on YouTube and fixes cars and all that sort of stuff. So there was this guy in America that bought a Bugatti. He crashed it. And he was going back and forth with Bugatti to fix his car. And they're like, no, they quoted him like 1.7 million to fix the car, right? Because he's crashed the front of it. He's like, that's bullshit. I'm not paying that, blah, blah, blah.
No insurance?
No, he's got insurance. He's got insurance. But hear this out, all right? So he then got paid out by the insurance company. Okay, so what happened is that goes on to an auction site as a crash damaged car. It's repairable because it is, but it had a $1.7 million price on it for it to be repaired. This guy then got paid out by insurance, then went online and bought his same car back, crash damage. And then he called Matt Armstrong. He lives in the States. He called Matt Armstrong, and Matt Armstrong has gone across now to the States and he's fixing this car. Now, Bugatti won't sell him parts because they don't want him to fix the car. They don't want it to be detrimental to their brand that anyone can fix a Bugatti. It's only them that can do it, which I completely kind of agree with from a brand perspective. They're trying to protect their brand and what they're about, and they're the most expensive car in the world and all this sort of shit, that only our technicians can build it, no one else. And he's like, nah, fuck you. I'm going to build this car. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to 3D print parts if you don't sell them to me. Like, he's going full on. But aside from that, it was like this bloke bought a $5 million car. He then crashed it. He then bought the car back to fix it just to say fuck you to Bugatti. And now he's documenting that whole process. And mind you, it was one of 30 supercars he had on his mansion home and all this sort of shit. And it's just like, okay, I was watching that video, and whilst it was very entertaining watching it and seeing them go through that process, the other side of it was like, look at what he's doing. Look at what position he's put himself in as a 25-year-old, mind you.
He's 25.
25. I'll send you the link. It's very interesting. 25 years old. And he's doing all of these things. He's got one of 30 supercars. He's now going and he's employing Matt Armstrong. He's probably paying Matt $1 million to come in and just fucking
What does he do?
create.
Who is he?
I think he's a trader of some sort, whether it's in crypto or
Stocks.
stocks. He does something along those lines. But regardless, he's made a lot of money and he's self-made. All right?
Self-made?
Yeah. I'll find out the guy's name later. But
That's, I just on that, like, I feel like that's a really, it's a bad narrative
with what?
to set, to have an expectation of having all this jazz by 25 years
without
old.
a doubt.
It's like, it is so rare. Like, so rare.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know what I mean? You could count the people that could do that in the country on one hand, probably.
Mm-hmm.
If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.